you surprised by the success? Young team, some unproven guys. Are you surprised, as we approach 4th of July, they're in the thick of the American League Central?
Yes, and they're having all these games with the Twins as we're speaking that could help determine that. I think I picked them for I forgot whether it was like 77 and 85, something like that, under 500, and that what I assumed was going to happen with the strong second half, and because Tito's teams generally play well in the second half, and young players. By then, you tend to have a better second half of the year with them because you sorted through the ones that can play and can't play. So I'm excited about this. And 2023 with these guys, they're going to be good. They really are. And, I mean, when you go around the diamond, I think Andres Jimenez is going to be a star. Jose is a star. Owen Miller is very solid. The catching, they can catch, they can't hit, but Bo Naylor's coming. I mean, he's going to be coming sooner rather than later. And, I'll tell you what's hurt him this year. Reyes has been, I don't know what's with him. He just looked lost. And, in the outfield, suddenly they might have an outfield. Stephen Kwan is a legit leadoff hitter. Miles Straw's a career 260 hitter. I don't think he's going to hit 205 all year. If he does, I think he'll bounce back and hit better next year. And when they look, whether it's the eye test, if you've never saw Rick Manning play the outfield, Miles Straw, that's how Rick played it back in the day. And then in the other spot, we'll see how Oscar Gonzalez does, but so far so good with him. This is the first time I was sitting there looking at the outfield going, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And Josh Naylor, whether he plays first base or DH, I mean, ideally he'd be a DH. He's got a nice short. I'm not saying it'd be great, but if you're get past the Dolans are cheap, and just watch the games with an open mind, you will see that they have a lot of good young talent, position player talent.
Yeah, the only thing is they don't have the guys in the middle of the lineup, but to their credit, they're not trying to play that way. So the things that get magnified, you got to hit the ball behind the runner. You can't rely on the home run. You got to make the plays defensively. But I think that's kind of the plan that they had.
Yes, because it's hard to get, I left Jose out intentionally because, he's the heartbeat of it. Jose signing the extension, that cannot be magnified enough. Because just think if they'd have traded him before opening day, and that very well could have happened. But Jose signed the extension, and I really think that gave Jose the confidence to fully embrace the leadership role that is now his. And that's important. Remember, baseball is a heavy Latino sport. A lot of the younger players, especially Latino guys, grew up idolizing Jose. Now they're around him. And he's just, having a fabulous year. They got to make sure they rest him once in a while because this guy will not stop. And when your best player runs that hard, plays that hard, cares so much, and wants to stay here, I mean, this is not a guy from Akron, like LeBron deciding to come home. He's from the Dominican Republic, and he wants to stay in Cleveland where it's cold. And, part of the reason is the same reason Terry Francona wants to stay here, and Mike Chernoff and Chris Antonetti want to stay here. Francona calls it pure baseball. They just feel like there's just a lot fewer distractions, very little drama, play the game.